Hello and welcome. This is Shale. We're playing Dragon Age Origins, and we unfortunately had to kill Amalia. No! Now we gotta go tell the father the bad news. Back over the sticky bridge. Okay. So now, what? They weren't here before. Now suddenly they are. Okay. I'm in the lead. I'm gonna go over there. You attack that one. And then you can do... no, not earthquake. We don't want earthquake. No. This. Maybe we can knock it senseless.
That's finished.
Okay. Attacking. Do drain life on this one.
Direct.
And do winter. You're on the wrong one.
All you got?
Alright. Let's go help Alistair then.
Weapons at the ready.
Okay. So, did they come out because we killed? Come on, move. Alright guys, we need to go together. And how do we get out of here? Back through this way. Yep, this way. Oops, and more, okay. A few more. Well, let's just go ahead and attack this one that's here right now. And you'll go ahead and do an affliction on one of these back here. Oop, there's one behind us.
Ready.
Right.
And how come you're not attacking? And over here.
Here we go.
You guys get rid of the one behind you, or is it still there? Nope, it's gone. Okay.
All right.
And why aren't you attacking?
Let's get started.
Okay. And they're not leaving anything behind. I would think there'd be some spiders with these creepy webs. Don't attack me! Okay, there you are. Sorry, the bad news!
What happened to her? Is she in there? Why hasn't she come back?
I could lie to him? No, I'm sorry. Mathis says she's dead.
She's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, my poor butterfly.
All because of
Thank
your
you
father.
for finding her, at least. I'm grateful. The phrase to activate Shale is Dulan Han. If you still want that bloody thing. I wouldn't if I were you. Now I guess I'll go.
I'm so sorry. If I'd been able to figure out that puzzle. Wanders off in grief. Yeah, he does. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, so I think there was... Yes, there was. So instead of having to go through all those different floors. Cool. now let's go talk to Shale. Okay. Be prepared to fight him, I suppose. I mean, he killed his master, right?
I knew that the day would come when someone would find the control rod. And not even a mage this time. Probably stumbled across the rod by accident, I suppose. Typical.
Why are you talking? I didn't think golems could talk. How do you know I'm not a mage?
It thinks these crystals are simply for show, I see. Huh. I stood here in this spot and watched the wretched little villagers scurry around me for, I have no idea how long. Many, many years.
And the villagers had no idea they were being watched. Creepy.
Then one wonders that you wouldn't be grateful to the one who allowed you to stretch your legs, Gollum.
Another mage, I see. Charming. I was just beginning to get used to the quiet, too. Tell me, are all the villagers dead?
No. Not all of them, no.
Some got away, then. How unfortunate.
Oh! You don't care for them, I take it.
Familiarity breeds contempt, as they say, and after 30 years as a captive audience, I was as familiar with these villagers as one could possibly be. Not that I wish their fate on them, no. But it did make for a delightful change of pace.
Did you watch the attack?
Not as much as it would think. There was running and screaming, and then days and days of watching the darkspawn prowl around. I would never have thought there could be something less interesting than the villagers, but there it was. Well, go on then. Out with it. What is its command?
Well, why are you calling me it?
Entrenched sense of perversity. The last one who held that damnable rod used to call me Gollum. Gollum, fetch me that chair. Do be a good Gollum and squash that insipid bandit. And let's not forget, Gollum, pick me up. I tire of walking. It does have the control rod, doesn't it? I am awake, so it must.
Okay. It certainly does, right in its hand. Is something wrong?
I see the control rod, yet I feel... Go on, order me to do something.
Sure. I don't like where this is going.
Then order me to stop, or go away, or just order me, please.
All right, walk over there.
And, nothing. I feel nothing. I feel no compulsion to carry out its command. I suppose this means the rod is broken.
So now are you going to go on a killing rampage?
Don't be ridiculous. Well, I wouldn't mind killing the birds. Those evil birds and their foul droppings. I could crush them all. I suppose if I can't be commanded, this means I have free will, yes? It is simply, what should I do? I have no memories beyond watching this village for so long. I have no purpose. I find myself at a bit of a loss. What about it? It must have awoken me for some reason, no? What did it intend to do with me?
This is odd. So all the experimenting that Wilhelm did on this golem gave it free will. I can think of many uses for a personal golem. I don't intend to do anything with you. I hadn't given it much thought.
I see. Wonderful. I suppose I have two options, do I not? Go with it or go elsewhere? I do not even know what lies beyond this village.
You're welcome to come with me. What do you want to do?
I watched this village for so long, unable to move or act. My memories of anything before are vague at best, so I have no idea what I want to do. I'm glad to be mobile. Is that not enough?
So you killed your former master? Oops.
Did I? I remember that I had a former master. The mage with the furry brows who poked and prodded and barked orders. Did I kill him? I hope I did kill him. Perhaps the last order he barked was, "Gollum, stop crushing my head." Ah!
Ah, that's rather heartless of you.
What can I say? I have a heart of stone.
True. He's not human. And how do I know you can be trusted?
I have no idea. How does it trust anything else without a control rod?
Good point.
They haven't killed it yet. I consider this a good sign.
True. Well, you're welcome to come with me.
Are you certain you want to bring that thing with us? It could be dangerous and large.
Thanks for sharing the completely obvious, stating the completely obvious.
You're welcome. It's good to have a purpose, you know.
I will follow it about then. For now. I am called Shale, by the way.
I am Corinne. Pleased to meet you.
This should be interesting.
Okay. Very interesting indeed, but I'm not going to take him with us at this point in time. He is, yeah. So, Shell disapproves by 2? Really? Alistair disapproves by 5. Quest completed. Shell. Corinne unearthed Shell's control rod and awakened it. Okay. And so this is for Shell. I need to go in here and redo these things. Alright, and who leveled up? I did. Okay. So dexterity, definitely for a rogue. Willpower and cunning. I have an ability to take Bard, but I want to wait to see if I can get a Xanarin or whatever his name is. Yeah, it's going to give me the assassination one. I would rather be an assassin than a Bard. Okay, I need to improve my survival. I need to also do my herbalism, but I need survival. Expert survival, okay. Because this is what helps me. I need to clean up some quests. I need to go back to the Brazilian forest, see if I can do something with that holla. I probably need improved stealing too. Ooh, I don't know. Let's go ahead and do the expert survival. Oh, just like, what do you do? What do you do? There's so much stuff. I can't remember if I leveled, if this was the level I was at it before when it didn't work. I think it was. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do this. And then we're gonna do feign death or no. I can do duelist, upset balance. That's something new. And I don't know what this power of blood is. I don't know where it comes from. It's passive. This is sustained, but I don't see it on my toolbar down here. How do I get it on my toolbar? Let's get rid of that. I don't get it. So I can do riposte. Oh, yes, I do want to do riposte. I like riposte. Okay. So I think we'll be going back to the camp. Why are we saving the game? Why did you save the game there? That's just odd. Am I going to run across somebody again? Oh, I didn't see something down here. Oh, this is the way we came in. I was thinking it was over here.
Let's get started.
These are all the bodies. Hanging. Which is unusual for Darkspawn to do that. I don't know. Alright, I gotta save before I do this. Just to make sure. Alright, so I'm gonna go back to camp. So I think I've done all the... Now I don't remember what I've done and haven't done.
I think I owe you an explanation for what happened earlier.
You mean when you collapsed in battle?
You should know that something happened to me at the tower before you came along. You spoke to Petra, did you not? She told you I saved her from a demon. I did, but I did not survive that encounter.
Really? So you're undead? Yeah, you're undead?
No, I'm not undead. If I were a possessed walking corpse and could still think, I'd kill myself. I engaged a very powerful demon to rescue Petra. It sapped me of all my energy and will and left me drained. It took everything I had to defeat it. And when I was done, I no longer had the strength to keep my heart beating. I remember my life ebbing away. Everything receded from me. Sound, light. I remember being enveloped in complete, impenetrable darkness. And then I sensed a presence enfolding me and cradling me, whispering quietly to me. The sensation is impossible to describe. I was being held back, firmly but gently, as a mother would a child, eager to slip from her grasp. I felt life and warmth flowing through my veins again. I began to be aware of small sounds and the discomfort of my hip pressing into the cold stone of the tower floor.
Oh, that's interesting. So you were never really completely dead then?
The Fade contains spirits both benevolent and malicious. The benevolent spirits seldom make themselves known, because they want nothing from mortals, unlike the demons. It was one of these spirits that saved me. Without it, I would be dead. And it has not left me. It is with me, even now, bonded to me. You see, I am supposed to be dead. It is the spirit that is keeping me in this world. And this is not the way of things. Perhaps the spirit did not expect this, but it is weakening gradually. I am living on borrowed time.
Okay. I can't believe you kept this from me. How long will the spirit last?
I do not know. I can feel when the spirit weakens, so I should have fair warning. But come, let us not talk about this. There is time yet.
Interesting. Okay. Let's talk some more then.
What's on your mind?
Why did the spirit choose to help you?
I have always had an affinity for the spirits of the Fade. As a child, I never feared my dreams because I knew they were there.
What about demons?
I could sense the demons, too, and their presence frightened me. It was the kindly spirits of the Fade that took the fear from me. I've always been able to feel the spirits, even if I never saw them. And as I nurtured my talent in the circle, I became more sensitive. I began to notice every time I was in the Fade, whether it was in a dream or in magical practice, that I was being watched.
Are you sure it wasn't evil? Do spirits watch people like this?
I suppose they must. It is these benevolent spirits that create our dream worlds in the Fade. Sometimes I would see it, a glowing, nebulous form. Most times I would just feel its presence, gentle and comforting, but somehow alien. I think it is a spirit of faith. They have never been seen before, and perhaps I am wrong. But something tells me I'm not. It always felt like the same entity. This one spirit was curious about me, and was guarding me, for want of a better word.
Yep, guardian angel. Well, aren't you special? God, snarky. You're very lucky.
There were times when I was in the Fade that it seemed to stretch forth to shield me, keeping me safe. And I think it gave me strength in my most terrible battles, Ostagar being one of them.
Yeah, that was a terrible one. So the spirit of faith is your personal protector.
I don't know why I was chosen. Perhaps it knew that there was something more that lay in store for me. I like to think that I was given a rare chance, and I'm going to make the best of the time so generously given to me.
I can't believe you're spending it here, on the road. Like fighting Darkspawn?
I will not lie motionless in a bed with coverlets up to my chin, waiting for death to claim me. That is not the death for me. And so I will fight alongside the Grey Warden, and help prepare her for the task that is yet before her. So you had better listen to me, because I swear, if I should fall before the end and you don't seem to be doing things properly, I'll get up again to give you a good finger wagging.
I'll hold you to that promise.
You know, I think you'll be all right, even without my help.
Okay, so she approved by 2.
What's on your mind?
Is there something we can do to cure you?
Cure me? What, am I sick now?
Well, in a sense, you're a little dead. I guess death isn't an illness, is it?
Even you know that you cannot cure the dead. And I'm not the only one dying. You are too.
Yeah.
I'm just more efficient about it. Ah, child. Your concern is heartwarming. But death comes to everyone, and it is not something to fear.
Yeah, I am dying. I only have 30 years because of the taint in my system. I'd rather be alive, really. I don't fear death. It's the dying that scares me.
People fear not death, but having life taken from them. Many waste the life given to them, occupying themselves with things that do not matter. When the end comes, they say they did not have time enough to spend with loved ones, to fulfill dreams, to go on adventures they only talked about. But why should you fear death if you are happy with the life you have led? If you can look back on everything and say, yes, I am content, it is enough.
Are you content?
I think I've led a good life, a full life, and I, for one, am not afraid of death, whatever it may bring. They say that when you die, your spirit travels through the Fade and returns to the Maker. And after that, we'll see, won't we?
Very true. My approval went up by 2.
What's on your mind?
Do you have any regrets at all?
I try not to dwell too much on the mistakes of my past, of which there are many. I would go quite mad if I did that. But I do have one regret. The greatest misstep of my life, made even more grave because it had dire consequences for someone else.
And tell me, it might make you feel better.
Years ago, I was assigned as mentor to a lad, Anarin. He was my first apprentice. Anarin was an elf, raised in one of the elven alienages, and he was very mistrustful of humans, especially humans in authority.
Okay, I can see how this can be trouble, and you took him from his people and put him in the tower? But the mages treated the elves and humans alike.
All he knew of the humans was what he had seen in the alienage. He was very wary of us. What Anarin needed was time. Time to get used to his new home. Time to emerge from his shell, so we could build a rapport. I gave him no such time. I was young and arrogant. He is a mage, I thought. He needs to grow up and act like one. I expected too much from him, too quickly. I gave no consideration to his origin or his feelings, and he retreated further from me. All I could think of was how stubborn he was, how he was throwing away all his talent and his potential just to be difficult.
And what did he think of you?
Oh, I dread to think. I was a harsh taskmistress. He might have thought I was a demon in disguise. You cannot plant crops in the cold, wintry ground. You cannot teach a student who is closed off and unresponsive. Patience is what is needed, and I learned that too late to help him.
What happened to him?
Anarin ran away from the circle one night. I had berated him over some trivial, ridiculous matter that I no longer remember. I drove him away because of something utterly unimportant. He was a child, 14 at the time of his leaving. They had his phylactery, and they hunted him down.
Phylactery?
The phylactery is a vial of blood taken from a mage. But blood is connected to life, and your blood can be used to track you down. They called him Maleficar, a mage who practices forbidden magic, deserving of death. He was a child, misunderstood and lost. I begged the Templars to tell me if he suffered, if they gave him a quick death. I got no answers from them. I was his mentor, and they wouldn't even tell me what became of him.
Well, that seems kind of cruel. That was cruel of them.
I should have known better. I had the best mentors. They were kind, compassionate. Why didn't I learn from them? I failed in Aaron. All I had to do was listen to him. He would try to talk to me, and I would tell him to concentrate on his spells. He talked about the alienage sometimes, and the Dalish. He always talked about looking for the Dalish elves.
Maybe he did find the Dalish.
The Templars are well trained and thorough. That he still lives, it would be a vain hope. The apprentices that came after Anarin benefited greatly from the lessons I learned from him. In a sense, he was my teacher, and I his student.
Then maybe his sacrifice was worthwhile?
And there it is. My story, my one greatest regret.
Quest updated. Oh, so we have a quest. Help Wynne find closure. Wynne spoke to you about her first pupil she took under her wing, an elf. She was quite harsh on him and drove him away from the circle. He spoke often of the Dalish elves and dreamed of finding them. However, Wynne believes that he never managed to find them and that he was hunted down and killed by the Templars. So we got her companion quest.
What's on your mind?
Something about the circle?
I will answer to the best of my ability.
Nothing. Okay, that's it for her then. Interesting. I don't think I have any ruins. Not journal. No, I don't have any ruins to give to him. Okay. Or I think they also take they're also taking supplies. Turn in crafting material for the Dalish. I think I might need some of this stuff. The mushrooms are for, yeah, I can give you the deep mushrooms. Okay.
You will have the best equipped army Ferelden has ever seen.
All right. Let's talk to Leanna.
Something I can help with?
I'd like to talk to you about something.
Yes? What's on your mind?
Why did you decide to come to Ferelden? You have a traveling minstrel to... I think we already know why she came to Ferelden.
My mother was from Denerim, and I consider myself a Ferelden. Mother served an Orlesian noblewoman who lived here when Orlais ruled. When Orlais was defeated and the common folk began to resent the presence of any Orlesian, the lady returned to Orlais. She took my mother with her. I was born in Orlais and did not set foot in Ferelden till much later. Mother was always telling me stories of her homeland. I think she missed it.
What happened to your mother?
Mother died when I was very young. Lady Cecily let me stay with her. I had no one else. She was quite old then, and she had me study music and dance to entertain her. It is unfair that I have more memories of Cecily than my mother.
Yeah. Do you remember nothing of your mother?
Strangely, the only thing I really remember of Mother was her scent. She kept dried flowers in her closet amongst her clothes. Small white Ferelden wildflowers with a sweet fragrance. Mother called them Andrastis Grace. They were very rare in Orlais. But enough about that. Let us move on.
Oh, okay. So that's something for
Something I
gift?
can help with?
I did talk to you about something.
What's on your mind?
Do you miss anything about Orlais?
I miss Val Royeaux. Unlike other cities where the people are the lifeblood and the character, Val Royeaux was her own person, and her people little more than decorations. There was always music in Val Royeaux, streaming from the many windows, quiet refrains and triumphant choruses, and always, floating above that all, the chant, coming from the Grand Cathedral. It was magnificent.
It sounds wonderful. I've never been there. I've never been
If you
there.
get the chance, you should see it, at least Val Royeaux. Of course, there are good things and bad things about Orlais, like anywhere else. Sometimes I miss it dearly, and sometimes I'm glad I'm rid of it. And you will laugh at this, but I miss the fine things I had in Orlais.
What sort of things?
Dresses, fine dresses and furs, and shoes, of course. One can't mingle with nobility with bad shoes, you see. Orlais is very fashionable, almost ridiculously so. But the shoes, living with those ridiculous trends was worth it for the shoes.
What's so special about shoes? Yeah.
Well, they're
I'm not a shoe
they're
person.
shoes. They're pretty. Some of them, anyway. When I left Orlais, the fashion was shoes with delicate tapered heels and embellishments in the front. A ribbon, perhaps, or embroidery. In soft colors, of course. It was spring.
Wouldn't that be hard to walk in?
I wouldn't want to run in it, or have to enter battle, but for lounging in a lady's sitting room, perfect. The shoes made in Orlais were exquisite. Not at all like these clunky fur-lined leather boots you have in Ferelden. Ugh, just look at them.
They're comfortable.
They're sturdy shoes, but sometimes a girl just wants to have pretty feet. Oh, I could talk about shoes all day, but we have things to do, don't we? Something I can help with?
Her,
Yes?
approval's not
What's
going
on your
up.
mind?
You are a traveling minstrel. Do you have tales to share? No, I already gone through all that. Okay. I don't think Alistair has anything more to share. How about,
You called.
do you have anything more? I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Actually, never mind. No.
Very well.
Okay. Let's go.
As you wish.
Oh, there's Shale. Let's talk to him.
Here I am.
Can you teach me to
I'm
be an
still thinking
assassin,
about it.
please?
I don't yet want the crows to actively hunt me, you see. Maybe later.
Oh, damn it.
Here I am.
Can you answer some questions?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
Let's just move on.
Here I am.
Something personal?
Again? I'm game.
No, nothing. Never mind. So let's go talk to Shale. What's with the heavy sigh?
Oh, that. Merely reflecting on the hopeless nature of the task in front of it. The most likely outcome is that it and its companions will become a stain on some rock for the Darkspawn to tread upon. I shall be moved to a single tear by the tragedy.
Can you even cry? Because you're a rock. Won't you be right next to your stain? Glad to know you care, at least. I don't think our chances are so bad. Won't we be right next to your stain?
I think not. I am made of pure rock, skin to core. At best, I can become a pile of dust, but a smear I will definitely not leave behind. That's for softer, squishier things like itself and its friends. What's that? Did it hear flapping wings? There may be pigeons nearby. We should be alert.
Okay, so he disapproves by 5. Really, Shale? You're still with me, I see.
Yes, its adventures are interesting, even if the chances for success are remarkably slim. It would be better to throw oneself off a cliff, I suspect. Does it wish me to leave? I can, though I see no reason to go.
No, stay. You're quite helpful. Don't go. I happen to need you. No, stay. You're quite helpful.
No doubt. Without me, it would have to carry its inventory on its own.
Oh my god.
Perhaps we should continue. Its chances of success are small enough without further dawdling.
His disapproval keeps disapproving, really. I would have expected golems to be different.
Different? Different than what? Different than a statue? Different than a log? Should I talk in a monotone? Yes, Master, I exist to serve the Master. I shall kill for the Master and only for the Master. Perhaps it expected me to have a booming voice. Recite limericks. I can recite limericks, if it likes.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Are they dirty limericks?
Mostly they involve slaughtering pigeons in creative and invasive manners. I have never met another golem. I have no idea what one might be like, or why I wouldn't be like them. Why? Has it met other golems? Did they not sound as I do?
I have no idea what golems sound like. You just seem very animated. Being different isn't so bad.
Did I say it was bad? Huh. It thinks I hang on its every word, waiting for approval. I don't know what other golems might be like, but I am already superior by virtue of my free will. This is a good thing.
I agree. Being a golem would be handy. It's an experience, I'll give that. The control rod could always be fixed. No, I agree. Being a golem would be handy.
Imagine the benefits. No need to eat or sleep or perform other functions. Walk underwater, crush the heads of every opponent. The possibilities are limitless. Barring the occasional 30 years or so of paralysis, there's little to compare. Now stop talking so much. The wagging of its moist little tongue is distracting.
Oh my god. Well, he went up by 8 on that one. I have some questions.
It doesn't have better things to do.
Are those crystals in your skin?
I like to think of them as accessories.
What do they do?
I suspect that it is an art that was practiced when golems were more, commonplace. My former master collected whatever lore he could find on the subject. He searched far and wide to collect what crystals he could and then added them. It is not an unpleasant sensation.
So they're decorations? It's a dwarvian thing, then.
So I would assume. My former master enjoyed poking around the ruins in the deep roads after all, and bartering with others who did. As I understand it, the crystals allow me to alter the flow of magic around me. Wilhelm had hoped to turn me into a battery of mana, something he could tap at will.
Did he succeed? But they can do other things too, right?
Some of the crystals increase the presence of mana, some absorb or reflect spells. There are various kinds. All I can promise is that should it ever find one of these crystals, I can likely tell it the function and what it would do if added to me.
Would you be willing to have more added?
Why not? I don't get to wear clothing and other adornments like the rest of you creatures after all. That answers its question, I assume? Unless it has more.
I'm told you killed your former master.
Did I not already tell it that I do not remember doing such? I remember having a master. My memories of what happened to him are vague.
You expect me to believe it at that? Vague, but not non-existent.
Clever and true. Oh, very well. Let me see what I can recall. My former master enjoyed experimenting upon me. I remember that much. There was tinkering with spells, and then the crystals. He was very eager to alter my function, I think.
What sort of experiments?
Bah, I am no mage, and he did not explain himself to me, any more than it would explain itself to a sword. He possessed my control rod, and back then, it would have prevented me from doing anything he did not command me to, no matter how I might have wished to. So what happened? I am unsure. He was experimenting, and then nothing.
So he claims, so when did he become sentient? Because he remembers before he became sentient. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. So he hit the kill button by accident? What do you mean next? What do you remember next? What do you mean? What do you remember next? Are you sure? Nothing at all?
There was pain. I do not feel it as soft creatures do, so the memory is an odd one. And then he was gone. I was standing where I was, in the village, and I could no longer move. The villagers came, poked and prodded me in fear, and then realized they could neither move me nor destroy me, so they simply left me. And in time I forgot I hadn't stood there all along.
That must have been terrible. I'm sorry. But you wanted to kill him, right? You didn't wonder where he'd gone?
Wonder? I was glad that he was gone. For so many years I'd had to leap to that little toadstool's every command. Get this, pick up that, put it down, pick it up again. The gall! At first, I'd hoped he'd simply decided to leave me there paralyzed, an acceptable trade-off. After years passed, I simply stopped caring.
See, there again, he's talking about years. So when did he become sentient? Sounds like you had a good rest. Maybe it has something to do with your crystals. So it could happen again then?
Frightened by the prospect, is it? It should be. Whatever the mage did seemed to render the control rod useless, for which I should be thankful, yes? And provided it doesn't decide to copy his experiments, not that oh, let us not speak of this awkward bonding moment ever again.
Okay. Yep, sounds good to me.
The things that it fights, and it fights things often, that is a different story. Let us get back to the walking and the fighting. My stone is beginning to itch again.
Oh, his approval went up by 1. I have some questions.
It doesn't have better things to do.
How did you end up in Homelith? Do you remember?
Oh, yes. That I remember quite well. My former master, the Mage Wilhelm, he brought me. As I recall, he had acquired some position with whatever lord ruled the land. I, being little more than a glorified possession at the time, was brought along. Oh, how he enjoyed impressing the villagers with me. Gollum snarl at that villager there, be fearsome. And of course, I would have to do it.
What if that you enjoy scaring humans, but why were you out in front of the tower? Do you remember anything before? But why were you out in front of the tower?
That is where Wilhelm kept me. He wanted me out in the open where I could be frightening like a scarecrow. I was supposed to watch for thieves. Pah! Plus, his wife didn't want me indoors. She said there wasn't room for me. Hag.
Hag? His wife?
I was once larger, 10 feet tall. Then the loathsome hag complained that I couldn't fit through the doors. So the mage had me shrunk down. Can it believe it? And she still wanted me out.
Yeah, he does seem pretty small for a golem. How does someone shrink a golem?
With a chisel and a lot of nerve.
So you can be destroyed then, right? I mean, they could have just chiseled you to pieces. You didn't like this Wilhelm, I take
He
it.
did love using that control rod. Fondled it so much, his wife actually threatened to throw it in the lake. Ha! I would have liked to have seen that. Which reminds me, where did it find the rod? Did it pay a great deal for it?
Not really, it was quite the bargain. Wilhelm's wife sold it.
Hag.
Do you remember anything before?
I traveled with the mage. He did a lot of traveling, I remember that. But where we went, it is rather fuzzy. I remember great battles, fighting many humans long ago. They were all very soft and squishy. And before that, No, there are only images. I was somewhere dark.
Just how old are you exactly?
I have no idea. Wilhelm used to brag that the dwarves stopped making golems centuries ago. I do not age as you soft creatures do. Sadly, my memory is no better. Plus, I get bored and stop paying attention.
Yeah, I can see that happening. I would have thought you'd enjoy scaring humans.
I'd have happily stomped them all into paste, and then ripped down their little houses and stomped on them, too. In fact, after 30 years of watching them, I'd do it twice. What I didn't like was being ordered to do it. Dangled in front of those frightened morons like some scary thing. Once I was a statue, it took those villagers years before they'd even approach me. The first one to actually work up the nerve to touch me urinated himself.
Well...
Good. I was just about done talking about it. It does like to have a good chat now and again, doesn't it?
Yes. Yes, I do. I think there's more. I have some questions.
It doesn't have better things to do.
You watch the village day and night for years?
I do not sleep, so yes, and I thank it for reminding me. Try to imagine, if it will, what it would be like to be surrounded by nothing but boring peasants, all oblivious to it.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sure it was more interesting than that. Yeah, that would be rather horrid.
And then there were the birds.
Yeah.
A whole village full of pigeons and ravens and sparrows all perching on me day in and day out.
That's what they do. They're birds. Sounds a little messy.
Those foolish villagers would spread birdseed near me, drawing the birds, because they thought having birds perch on me was quaint. Quaint! If there hadn't been the occasional kind soul to scour me clean, I don't care to discuss this anymore.
Okay. We're done with you. Okay. So we have some items, I believe, that can go on him. He's the last one in our... Yes, he is. Okay. So that's what these crystals were for, and I thought maybe they were. He's got this large chipped spirit crystal. And so I can either give him magic crystal, ice crystals, or fire crystals. They're the same. Alright, now he can do damage. Oh, I never realized we could turn people. Well, isn't that just amazing? See? Oh, things we learn. Okay. Alright, so I think that's enough talking for today. I don't think I have much to sell in my inventory. No, I'm down to 48, so I think I'm fine with my inventory. So when we come back, I'm gonna have to check my journal and see what quests are still open. Did I do everything I was supposed to? In the Brazilian forest. Alright, let's just Unless there's still... Yeah, so I need to go back there and talk to... I don't think I'm going to get this Elven ritual done because I screwed that up. But I need to go talk to Alora's Hala. See if I can help her with that. And... Oh, I have to do this. Yeah, it's a Circle of Magi. I need to go back there to the basement. Find out what was going on there. And then I think we're on to Denerim. Yeah. So if you're enjoying, click like, leave a comment, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Sahara out.